Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're over on Gamefound looking at Under Our Sun. Now, the first thing that drew me to this game is the incredible art. It looks incredible. It's post-apocalyptic, which is my favourite genre of all time, and it's even pushing zombies into this as well, which gets my tick of approval. So basically, they say an asteroid has crashed into the sun. Wouldn't it have melted on the way there? Like, whatever the case, it's actually made the sun go hotter. And with that, it's burst all the electricity out of our world, basically. So that's what's made it post-apocalyptic. It's basically the sun has burned everything electrical. Maybe. So you start the game. There are different missions, and each mission is basically they're all basically scenarios. There's no campaign been announced per se, although that could be futuristic stuff. Future maybe, we don't know about that. The box art is definitely kind of work in progress. That's what they're saying anyway. I think it looks okay. It's co-op. There is a semi-co-op. There is also a solo in here. That's right. Okay, so we're on our pledges already. Main box, you're going to get standees. All the enemies are standees. You might prefer for it to be standee. If you like that, €67. Not bad. If you want the standees, though, it's 85. No, the Solar Storm pledge. This, does it push it to 6 players? I don't think you'd want to play it 6 players. It is turn-based. It is going to be slow as it goes around the table, of course. But these give you more options of classes that you can pick, because each class you pick has strengths and weaknesses. So this is good to have more in the mix. 6 characters to choose from if you go this route. And god damn it, the characters look incredible. I love this. Now, the all-in here isn't technically all-in because it's not giving you the playmat. It gives you the lower book and the special dice set. If I click more info... Yeah, so the mat is not in here, which is a little bit odd. Right. Now, if I'm looking at it for myself, I'm thinking, you know what? The core pledge here looks really interesting, but it's going to come to retail, isn't it? Unless I really want the minis, then it's jumping up. I mean, that's what I'm kind of debating at the minute. Anyhow, stretch goals have already been announced here for 10 of them. I like the camp miniature. This is basically your starting position on the map, isn't it? I know you can go to sleep. Do you set this up at night? What's the main bit where you start? I can't remember. But anyway, that's fairly cool. More missions. Again, these missions are... They've got like numbers, like that's mission 6 though, mission 5. It does say that the missions have their own mechanics and tactical approaches. That goes for each one of them. This one does say immerse yourself in 2 additional mini-stories. So potentially these are episodes, if you like. So this is really good. Custom train set, of course. Acrylics are coming. Hero items that are unique to each class. I love this. I love this individual stuff. This is actually a good time to look at this because... the cards in this game, usually you are crafting these items because you are finding things. Now, unfortunately, all this art is in German, which makes it difficult to see what this bottom thing is here. But 2 greens and a yellow. I don't think that's to craft it. I don't know what that is because usually the crafting is up on the top bit of the card. I'm unclear because of this. I don't know why they did that. Majority of their backers are going to coming from English-speaking countries, and I'm pretty sure most Germans with an education at university level will speak English at least basic. I did work in Germany, and yeah, if you go to university, you should be speaking English. The way the education system works. If you're German, let me know any different down below. Look at the box art inside. Ooh, lovely, isn't it? Glossy coating will be added to the exterior. Additional artwork on the inside of the box looks beautiful. These are all stretch goals that I'm looking at here, though. This is going to be another mission. As you can see clearly here, it's got part 1. The orange thing, though, is the difficulty. Some missions will be easy, medium, and hard. All right, then. One thing to talk about, then we talked about it earlier, is the mat. You are going to be playing the tiles across this as you go across, but you are it is supposed to be like a desert thingy here. And I do appreciate this, because just putting those discs out there, it is nice to have a map, obviously. It's a little bit... And the soundtrack there, if you really want it. If you were following the campaign, you get this for free. Right, the characters then, super cool, love the art. Now, attributes though, you are going to be rolling for skill rolling for checks and things like that. You can see attack, strength, dexterity, and stealth. You can do stealth attacks, because when you reveal a tile, it might have enemies on it. You can do a recon to see what type of enemy it is before you just jump in there if you want, or you just storm in like a crazy buffoon. When you go to that area, you might be collecting water, you might be camping there, you might be crafting there, you might be eating some food there. You know, you've got loads of different things you can do with your action points in this adventure. And I'm going to call it like this adventure, because that's kind of what it is with the kind of things you'll be doing. So it doesn't really, it just says thick skin here. It doesn't really tell you the class that is, or whatever thick skin is. That sounds more like a tank, doesn't it? But medic here, lovely. Scout's going to be obviously good for... Oh, in fact, you can see there on their attributes that you get more attack dice with thick skin. Medic gets more dexterity dice. Scout's going to get more stealth dice. Veteran is going to be strong. Good attack. Alright, so you can see the enemy types here. We've definitely got some zombies in here. We've got like a wild bear, some kind of rats, a rat attack, dog attack. Now it says 20 plus enemy standees on acrylics. I really like that the fact that they've got different backgrounds to each enemy. Some of them appear to be at night as well. And whether it's saying 20 plus, that potentially could be stretched. And I'd love to see more enemy standees. Or if they're keeping it minimum down, that might be hinting at a miniature pack that they might reveal later. Excuse me. Now, loads of map tiles. I wish they did an update where they showed off this art, because it is absolutely beautiful, evocative, immersive of what you're exploring out there. It looks great. New Haven, is that not the starting place? Probably. I've been playing a lot of Dying Light 2. My brain is a little bit burned. Yeah, that Dying Light Kickstarter made me play the game, and I'm loving it. It's got in my top 5 all-time video games. Best zombie game I've ever played. It's true. Anyhow, icons here, you can maybe collect water. You can collect batteries here, or some cloth. You'll be using those to craft items. New Haven, of course, you can eat there. Potentially get water there. All this kind of stuff. But essentially, as you're exploring out there on the map, it's going to be a little bit random, isn't it? Is it? Scenario types, there is numbers on these, so some scenarios might say use these numbers for the stack rather than just use 30 each time, so it might have an intelligent setup where you know each mission will be using different types of tiles. That's potentially something that's really good. There's 3 types of day as well, isn't there? So morning, I think it is, evening and night time. So these decks will be rolling every turn, won't they? So every time the time changes, that you're going to get a card. So and events will go as well when you go into these places, which is lovely. Enemy has their own deck, of course. You'll pull the card, then pull the standee out onto the thing. I like this one because it says soldier, and it looks like they're in a bit of a group of them, doesn't it? It says a son of liberty soldier stands in front of you. You stare at each other for a moment. He raises his weapon, and a fight begins. So he's on his own, even if the art doesn't say that. Ooh, getting so cold at night you can get frostbite. This world is very hostile, and you can meet people as well here. Survivor. No, what's that about, Survivor? This is you being semi-co-op, because each person gets a team card to make sure they're a survivor, and one person in the pack could be a traitor. Dun, 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 dun. So you could have a hidden traitor in the deck. So that's what this bit is about. Now, 110 plus is very vague at the minute, isn't it? We'd love to see the items that you can get, that you can craft, of course. The loot deck, that'd be great. And the gears that you can wear, all that stuff. And a lot of this stuff you are going to be crafting. Yeah, so binoculars, it does have 3 cubes. I think that's to craft it. It also has a number on these. So pertaining certain scenarios might use different items, stuff like this, in its deck to make it individual again. Could be what. Otherwise, why are they using these item numbers? Now, it says 30 tarot cards. These are going to be the mission cards, or they could be traders if you go to if you find a place that you can trade at. And there is going to be shops in the game like to trade, so that's a really nice thing. And you just don't know what you're going to be doing. The scenario will tell you what your route is, and you'll go out there and just try to survive and get that thing done. Now, the custom dice look really nice. There is a nice day tracker here. I wish that day tracker was a little bit wider so it can show you the art of the time of day of each part of this. That'd be nice. And potentially all these tokens are going to go acrylic anyway, so that's pushing it away from the retail place, isn't it? Check the rulebook out. It's basically a Word document, but you can kind of see what you can spend your action points on, and you can kind of see how deep the gameplay is on what you can do on each tile. It is fairly fascinating. I kind of prototype here what it looks like without the playmat. But I like it as you're kind of moving from one and you're exploring it. The explorers can go different ways. Certain tiles can have more than one enemy on it, which is good. And yeah, I like it. It looks super, super cool. Now it has you can see the map here has an event, so you pull an event card for that one. This one has some cubes that you can get. Use those cubes for crafting. Right, so she has the item, she needs these coloured cubes, and there she goes, she's created a med kit. So it's kind of an easy, just get the components and then craft the item that you have. a screamer, a mutated. Yes, it is some semi-cooperative. You can choose between 6 different unique characters. 6 different unique. 6 different or 6 unique. It's the same, isn't it? Now, so what is it similar to in my collection? Well, without bleedingly obvious, it's very similar to Waste Knight's 2nd edition. I should say 2nd edition, shouldn't I? All right, if you're min pledging here, it will say, does it say Pledge Manager begins? Doesn't tell me when it's going to end. It's it says May is beginning of production, so this is a bit unclear, isn't it? Because they're delivering it in August, October, which suggests I don't know how long it's going to be. But it does have stretch pay, so that'll give you an indication of how long you've got to pay for it. Bit unclear here. But it does say coming December, so I find it funny because if you are so close to production, why are you not showing off all your stuff? Anyway, Waste Knight 2nd edition is very narrative, choose your own adventure with a campaign book. This is more, I want to say, scenario based, of exploration. There you can see, like, after 90 minutes, you've got a lot on the map uncovered. And you've completed your mission. And we're kind of there. So, what am I thinking? What are my thoughts on this? Well, why does that do that if I do that? Why does it do that if I do that? There we go. Final thoughts, shall we? Well, we know it's going to retail and you get a standard version. Is it that bad? How are they going to expand it with 2 extra characters, though? You can't get the 6 classes. It might have to have like a retail expansion where it gives the 2 together. It's kind of weird. But the characters are so cool. The minis are very cool. You could use them in other games. And these boxes look super awesome, don't they? I'm surprised there's not a bigger box to fit all these. Or they probably fit in the box, don't they? The box looks big enough to fit miniatures in. Excuse me. And the playmat does make it look better. I think when they show it off, they should show it with the playmat because it would look 100% better. So yeah, I love Wasteland 2nd edition, but it is long. Would I prefer to play that game in a more scenario based? Because if I played this with a group and they really enjoyed it, and I said, would you like to try this but in a narrative game where there's more story? It's Waste Nights 2, isn't it? So maybe this is a good warmer into its potential, isn't it? But I really do like what I'm looking at here, but the pledge is very high if you put the playmat on, and the shipping then gets more confusing. And of course, the pledge. Let's just see. Let's have a look. Oh, you can sun drop stuff. Okay. Let me just see what the stretch pay is. Come on. If I don't type Mexico in here, it doesn't allow that quick thing. Right. Okay, there you go. It's 4 stretch pay. So you're going to have 4 months in the... well, it's 3, isn't it? Because you pay the first when it comes out. So you've literally got 3 months when the campaign ends to pay it. That's very quick. I would love to see more, a deeper dive on the cards, you know, the items you get in, the cards you're crafting, all that stuff. A feature on some of the events that are happening, more enemy types, etc., etc. So if all that stuff does come revealed and we can get more immersed into it, I'll warm up to the project. But at the minute, I need to see more. It could be doing more, and I hope it does more. So we'll see. But I'm definitely simmering with excitement, but I'm not boiling yet. But it's getting there. Just need to see more of the stuff that they're not showing here. And with it being so close to production, it's almost criminal that they're not showing this. And hopefully they're going to show it in updates. But again, would it be better showcased on the main page? Because, you know, most people come in and have a look down. They need to see this up front, not hidden in an update. So I don't know. I think that's potentially why it's blowing. It's not getting much attraction. Gamefound. I just want to go back to the main page. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's Under Our Sun. I think it's got a lot of potential. We need to see more, of course. Hopefully they will see more. This thing's going to be made this year. It's going to be delivered by Christmas, potentially. Think about that as well. That's a really good thing. That's where they are. But they need to, of course, please do some updates. Look, you've got so many cards there that you could be showing. More map tiles. We need a nice feature on the play mat would be good. All that good stuff. So hopefully we'll see that. And it'll be worth me coming back with final thoughts if they, you know, because they could turn the heat up. Get the excitement to boiling. And then it could be, ooh, can't wait for this. But even so, you know it's coming to retail. So it does need to stretch itself into a Kickstarter goodness as well, doesn't it? So, ooh, lots of potential here. We'll have to come back and see it another time, I think. But as it stands, one to certainly watch and stick to the channel. We'll give our final thoughts if it changes enough. So anyway, if you got this far in the video, please give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing to the channel to find out all about Kickstarter, Gamefound, and other stuff. And we do our special programs all about crowdfunding, which you might find some of them interesting. So please check them out. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.